This morning I met with John Peranchi at the Ottimo Italian Kitchen to discuss the beginning of 2014 and his thought on the international buyers.
2014 is pretty much carried on from last year, and we've got the same problem. We've got a lack of property available and an abundance of buyers. In relation to our buyer's guide, we had a property recently in Milling Street, Hunters Hill. We had a buyer's guide of over $1,050,000. We'd advised the owner to expect between about $1,050,000 and $1.2 million. After the first week, we adjusted our buyer's guide to over 1.1. We had some offers. We also had some feedback. After the second week, we had so much interest in the property that we removed our buyer's guide. And what we were saying to the marketplace was that we're getting strong interest between 1.1 and 1.2. Our reserve was set in between those parameters of 1.1 and 1.2. The property sold for 1.37. Buyer's guides definitely help buyers. We do have parameters which we need to follow, but based on what's going on in the marketplace, we're seeing those buyer's guides and reserves for that matter exceeded quite often. We sold 6 properties last week and not one of them was to an overseas buyer. I think there's a general misconception out in the marketplace about all this money, all these buyers flying in from China with, suitcases full of cash buying the first thing they see. The reality is that there are guidelines about those buyers buying property in Australia. Firstly, they can only buy brand new properties or properties that have not been lived in. Okay, they can't go and buy a family home of 15 years without certain approvals. They have to go through the FIRB process, so Foreign Investment Review Board. And that takes 2 to 3 weeks at the moment. So they can't get off the plane today and buy a house tomorrow and leave. Unless, of course, it's brand new, like I mentioned earlier. Well, there's another visa called a Significant Investment Visa, and that is for properties in excess of $5 million. So, whilst there are a lot of Asian buyers out in the marketplace, most of those buyers are actually Australian citizens or Australian residents who have been living in the country for several years.
For more information on foreign buyers, please go to FIRB at treasury.gov.au.